And we thought we'd bring in one of our broadcasting partners that we've done a lot of broadcasts for this year. Kirk, you've had a chance to do a lot of the Wingless Auto Racing Series events this year, quite notably up at I-35 Speedway. The popularity of that series and the growth of it over the last couple of years, and especially last year with Casey Shuman, has just been really remarkable, Kirk, and you've got to see a lot of the action.
Yeah, we saw the growth in car counts and just the overall program through the course of the season, watching all those events up at I-35 Speedway, and I think that's a testament to what Casey has done with this series and how much that has grown just in the span of one season. We saw that this year.
Speaking of Casey Shuman, he joins us now here on Prime Time. Casey, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Well, appreciate you coming on board with us. Big announcement, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But let's talk about 2016. What a great year, and the popularity of the Wingless Auto Racing Series is really just continues to grow, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was it was kind of down in the dumps a little bit at the end of 2015, and we took over and tried to kind of just rebrand it and give it a fresh breath of air and really do a lot of different stuff with it this year, and it's really worked out well. We've got a lot of sponsors that came on board with us, and we've got a lot of interest from not only Missouri but some other areas also. So it's been really good.
Well, the big announcement, Casey, and this is the great part about success and people recognizing what you are doing with the series, and it's really grown in leaps and bounds in the last couple of years when you've been a part of it. But the big announcement is just came down that POWRi is going to be partnering with the Wingless Auto Racing Series, the Wingless Sprint Car Series, and Lucas Oil comes on board as the title sponsor. How big is that for your series?
Oh, it's huge. That's everything that's happening here in the last couple of months, with POWRi and Lucas Oil and stuff like that is all stuff that I envisioned or I'd hoped to get to a point someday. But, that was looking 4, 5, 6 years down the road that we'd be able to open some doors like that. And, after it wasn't even really all the way through this season that I started talking to Kenny Brown and Jason McCord with POWRi, and Kenny showed a lot of interest right away from the very beginning, and it's going to be a great deal for POWRi and for our war guys, and it's just opened up a lot of doors that we would have taken quite a few years to open up. So it's a huge deal for the series and for our drivers and owners.
I would anticipate, because of Kenny Brown and POWRi and the Midget Series, we obviously know the National and the West, POWRi West, and we do a lot of their broadcast. You would think that it would only be natural for you guys to run co-sanctioned events together. Is that something that we can look forward to in the future as open wheel fans?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the big points of trying to do this together is it's going to make for some really cool shows. I mean, we've actually got a few in the works for next year. That'll be, an all POWRi War weekend where we got POWRi Micros and POWRi Midgets and, War POWRi Sprint Cars. And that's part of the thinking is to be able to really sell